Alright guys, so one last video here today. The Avengers has sparked a big split. Apparently I've checked out a lot of fucking other channels on YouTube, and there's a lot of people in agreement with me about Age of Ultron. That it sucks fucking cock. And, you know, I respect the people who enjoy this movie. I'm not going to say that you're a brainless idiot or anything like that. But I am going to say this to the people who are defending it, about it following the comics, and it's not really following the comics all that much. You know, if it was following the comics, Ultron would have been awesome! So, again, your argument just doesn't really fucking add up in the end. And the other thing that I want to address in this video, and I'm really not going to take up too much of your time because we covered this for an hour in the Avengers review. Which, if you haven't watched and you're watching this video, please watch that video. Or just, you know, watch some of it at least. I know it's a fucking hour, but then again, there's some people who do fucking 3-hour videos on here. So give me a fucking break. And I think we touched on a lot of topics that really, they warranted the time that I provided to that particular movie. They really did. You know, a lot of things we spoke about in that video really stated my true opinion on it, how it has a total lack of character development, that it's just too much. I also want to give a shout out to one guy on here, which I completely agree with his. We were probably almost like side by side on here. The guy's got great production values in his video, way better than mine. Dude, that's awesome. That's the name of his channel, I believe. And the way how he put it, you know, I'm not stealing anything. I'm telling you right now, this is how he put it in this video. It's kind of like, and then a little boring part there, and exactly! To the owner of that channel, I apologize for not knowing your name if it was previously stated in the video. I didn't do my research, but thank you. Thank you for, you know, channeling my rage into such a humorous, you know, little bit there. Exactly how I felt about this movie. It was like a fucking just seizure worth of action, and then like a fucking coma, and then more seizures. Fuck! Exactly! Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I might put your channel in the description. Perhaps, if I remember. I remember there's been videos in the past where I said I'll put something in the description. I forget. You know, so fucking sue me. But, you know, okay, so, once again, we're 3 minutes into this video, and we're sort of like rambling at a point here, you know, because we're not really touching on the topic, but feel like a lot of this shit needs to be said. We need to talk about other people, how they feel about this movie, because I am just one person in a world of fucking hundreds of billions. So there you go. There you go. Anyway, the fucking thing about this movie is that, you know, it's warranted a lot of excuses. People are making excuses up and fucking down about it. It sets up for future movies. It sets up for the Infinity War. It sets up for Black Panther. It sets up for this. It sets up for that. It sets up for the other thing. It sets up for my ass. It sets up for my dildo going up my fucking ass. I don't fucking know why everybody makes so many fucking excuses for this goddamn fucking movie. It doesn't make any goddamn sense at all. I mean, here's the thing. Alright. So, Star Wars Episode 2. As I stated in the past, I like that movie. I love that movie, and I don't hate it. And I don't really hate any of the prequels. Which, right here, a lot of people are going to be turning off this video. fuck this guy. He likes the prequels to Star Wars. Anyway, Star Wars Episode 2 was like fucking lambasted by fans. They hated Hayden Christensen. They wanted to burn him at the stake. They wanted to rape him in the ass. They wanted to fucking tickle his ass and then shove a fucking feather in it. I don't know how they planned to deal with their anger at the time. I don't fucking care. But the fact of the matter is this. They gave it hell. And, there's even people who gave, and they didn't give excuses about it. Like, but it's going to lead up to episode 3. Now, I didn't hate it, but I'm just saying, like, this is from the perspective of, like, a lot of Star Wars fans. They didn't give it excuses. They didn't say, it builds up for the story in episode 3. You see Hayden Christensen, they believe that his acting was bad. I didn't think it was that bad at all. It got better in 3, but it wasn't bad in 2. That's just my opinion, though. But they thought it was bad. Most Star Wars fans are great, some of them thought it was a poor performance given by Hayden Christensen in episode 2. And they didn't say, just because, this movie, sucked, it gets a pass because things are going to get a whole lot better, they think, in episode 3. And some people didn't like episode 3. They still didn't like Hayden Christensen, and they still didn't like a lot of things about it. And they just hated it. They hated it because they didn't like the movie. I respect that. They hated it for their own reasons because, there was things that were too different about it from the original trilogy. I respect those opinions. I think they're overly harsh because I still think that those movies deliver some of the best fantasy-based elements that we will never see ever repeated in any other franchise. Or if they are, they will be poorly done and poorly replicated. Anyway, you see what I'm getting at here by comparison? Just because it built up for something better, that didn't mean that the Star Wars fans were going to give their movie a pass just because they thought the next movie was going to be even better. That's what a lot of people said about giving excuses for Iron Man 3 or giving excuses for the first Avengers not really being, mind-blowing like it promised. So it goes without saying that the fans of this movie, the Avenger fanboys, the Marvel fanboys, they make way too many excuses for these movies. Why are you defending a massive corporation in Disney and Marvel? What are you getting out of this? They're not paying you, so why the fuck are you so you just can't come to terms that the movie sucked? Because Age of Ultron did. And, I told you, this was the funny thing about this movie. It wasn't until I really talked about it online with friends that I realized how much I hated it. As I was watching the movie, I wasn't really hating it, per se. I wasn't thrilled with it. But I wasn't like I am now. Now I'm because now I've fucking talked it over with people. Talked it about it for an hour, and now another fucking, when I'm sure it's going to be another 12 minutes here. I've realized that I really hate this movie. I don't like what it fucking represents. Basically, all it is just a movie filled with fun little Easter eggs that half the people, such as myself, don't even fucking see, unless you're one of these fucking geeks that are like, looking at the fucking screen for the next Easter egg. I'm sorry, but I am concentrating on the characters, whatever fucking development they had that could, be fucking salvaged from this fucking mess. I'm also trying to take a look at the story and try to fucking comprehend how fucking shitty it is. Trying to do that. I'm not so busy looking, there's a billboard for Stark Industries, or there's a fucking hint that the fucking pink, black fucking panther, fucking indigo panther might be showing up sometime soon. I don't know. You know, the fucking Vision's popping out of nowhere. You know, he's just fucking there. That should be the fucking finale. But he's just there hanging out for a long time. And they're fucking, hanging out with, at fucking Hawkeye's house. And, someone responded to me about that, actually. Funny enough. Someone responded to me about the whole fucking reason why they were at Hawkeye's house for so long. They said because, Hulk just went on a rampage, when Iron Man was fighting him and shit in the streets and everything, and they needed to lay low. Why? Like, this shit hasn't happened before with Hulk being on a rampage? I mean, the fuck's the point? These are fucking superheroes. What is the fucking point of that? I mean, they're gonna have to eventually return to the city. So what the hell is the point of going to a fucking rural area like that and just fucking around, doing fucking nothing, telling cheesy jokes and laughing it up and some shit for fucking 20 straight minutes? There was no purpose to it. And once again, as I've said, time and time again, stop making excuses for this movie. If you truly want Avengers 3 to be great, because I already know that people know, they know. You guys know this movie sucks. That's what kills me. I wouldn't be making such a big deal about it if that wasn't the fucking case. You know it sucks. I notice you're not saying this movie is awesome. You're saying it does a good job of building up for other movies. That's just fucking great. That's just so fantastic. So by that logic, the first Godfather movie, that could have sucked. They could have just built up for the second one and the third one. They have so many of these movies planned. I would rather one good movie instead of fucking 18 shitty ones and then one marginally okay movie at the end to cap it all off. Oh, guys, it was all worth it. It's 2028 and we finally got a good movie. Fuck! I mean, that's how you're making it sound. Like, be patient. We have to wait for the truly good shit by dealing with a whole bunch of fucking horrendously boring, shitty, overblown bullshit to get to the nitty gritty. Why can't we have the nitty gritty now? What? Why? Well, why do I have to sit there for 2.5 hours straight, be bored out of my fucking mind, just so we can build up? I don't give a fuck how many Easter eggs point this shit in the comics. I will take those fucking comic books, roll them up, and wipe my ass with them. I will use them as toilet paper. I will take the fucking Avengers series, roll it. I'll fucking take all that toilet paper off the fucking cardboard roll the fucking comics onto them, and maybe the movie reel that this was shot on, and fucking shove it up my ass, wipe it multiple times, flush it. Oh shit, can't flush all that shit. The fucking toilet backs up, explodes, shit, diarrhea, fucking caca goes everywhere. That's exactly how this movie is! Guys, for the love of fucking God, Jesus Christ, every single religious figure on the fucking planet or whatever, man, just give it up already, for God fucking sakes. The movie sucks. I'm looking at other people's videos, and they're like, "Oh, you suck. Watch a better review. Watch it again. You missed this. You missed that." I didn't miss anything. I sat there watching it with a keen eye, mind you. And why am I noticing that every single negative review is pretty much repeating exactly what I'm saying? Ultron sucked. He was not a good villain. That it was too much fucking shit going on. That there was too much fucking seizure-inducing action. I'm not in the minority. I previously thought that I was, but I checked YouTube. There's plenty of fucking bad reviews for this movie. Much like mine. So yeah, there you go. This movie is a piece of shit. You constantly defending it. I'm sorry, you know, like I said, if you enjoyed it, if that's your style of movie, just listen to what I'm saying. If you like all-out action and you like that type of shit, good for you. If you like it based on that, that is fine. I can respect that. Some people like that style. And I remember that movie Triple X with Vin Diesel and fucking Fast and Furious. People like that. I fucking hate it. But to the people who like it solely based on the fact that they think it's following the comics very closely, when in fact it's not, because they're doing a major disservice and fucking not making Ultron accurate to the comic at all, because if they were, he would be way more menacing and he would actually come across as a threat on the fucking screen, and he does not. So, if you're basing it on that, and you're basing it on the fact that you think that because this movie showed us a couple of things for the future of Marvel movies, you think that it's good based on that alone. How the fuck, for nearly 2.5, I can't get over this, I'm sorry, I can't end this video. How the fuck for 2.5 hours of mindless bullshit do a fucking couple of small little hints, a couple of fucking poorly done character introductions, like the fucking Vision, how does this fucking save a movie? How does that make it good? And to the people who are just defending it and not even saying it's a good movie, they're not even, a lot of people are not even fighting me and other reviewers trying to say that it's a good movie. They're just saying this movie does what it was supposed to do. I don't really think that's what it was really meant to do. I think they thought they were making a good movie here. I truly do. You know, they put all this promotion into it. Either that or they were just fucking lazy and like, fuck it, let's just fucking blow our fucking big ass motherfucking budget. Just do a ton of fucking CGI shit. And, you know, fuck it. Just let's do whatever and we're going to make money anyway. That's also a very plausible theory. So yeah, there you go. I'm fucking done with this movie. I'm fucking done talking about it. Really, this movie, it does deserve to have a lot of shit said about it. All negative, of course. There's really not a lot of positives I could really say about this movie. There's nothing, you know, like I said, I don't get it. Why, like, the Winter Soldier was so fucking awesome. The last, you know, Avengers-based movie they did was fucking awesome. And this one wasn't. I don't understand. Like, just because you have a couple of more heroes, you have 2.5 hours. You can't figure out what to do with these characters. It has to be a fucking mess. I mean, you had fucking 3 years to think this over. And more than that, because you were shooting this when the fucking first Avengers movie was released. So there's no excuses there. You fucking knew how this was going to turn out. You had more than enough time to look this shit over and know how it was going to come out. And it still came out shitty. So there's no fucking excuses. Alright? Alright, we're done here.